Alright, I've done a lot of green decks, and this one is no different. Well, kind of. Unlike other videos which only utilize a few of the newer cards released in the starter deck, this one uses a bunch. Remember, this is just a conceptual take on what I think would work best for the deck. This hasn't been tested, and has plenty of room to grow. For level 2s, starter deck 17 Gummymon is the egg choice for this deck. Unlike other decks, this one has a lot of Tamers, and considering you have many ways to play your Tamers, value when you attack. Alternatively, you can still use the Terriermon for the extra buffs, or even the Tanimon for the draw when a green Tamer is played. But for the level 3s, we get a lot of terriermon and lopmon interactions. EX4 Terriermon reveals the top 4 cards and adds one 2-color green card, and one Tamer with Henry Wong in its name. This particular deck runs 3 Henrys, and everything above your level 3s are 2-colored green. The Inheritable allows you to Digivolve into a 2-color green Digimon in your hand, for a reduced cost of 2 when you use Alliance. Again, there's a lot of value here. I'm on one Terriermon Assistant for the extra DP buff, and another Terriermon target. And then 4 starter deck 17 Terriermons and Lopmons. The Terriermon has already been gone over so many times, but real quick, during your main phase, once per turn you may play one green Tamer card, or one level 3 Digimon with Lopmon in its name from your hand, reduced by 2. The Inheritable just gives you an extra plus 1000 DP while you're suspended. The Lopmon on the other hand gives you the Alliance during the main phase, meaning you can potentially double up the Alliance for security attack plus 2. Its Inheritable is identical to the Terriermon. Note that this build doesn't run any floodgates, though you could easily splice in some Terriermon floodgates since you could play them out for free. But with Double Typhoon, I don't think you want to run Pomumons because this would conflict with a delay effect. For level 4s, Blackgargomon is the first Digimon that can Digivolve from Terriermon or Lopmon for a cost of 2. It also has Alliance. Starter deck 17 is the one that provides jamming and an extra DP buff. And Rapidmon provides Blocker, Armor Purge, and makes all of your opponent's Digimon and Security Digimon minus 4000 DP until the end of your opponent's turn. These level 4s are generally very simple, and honestly I don't see much else you could do unless you want to bring in the old Rapidmon as well. But when it comes to your level 5 Rapidmons, EX4 and Starter deck 17 have you covered. With EX4, you have a Digivolution of 3 from a Digimon with Gargomon in its name or is 2-colored green. While this Digimon does have Alliance, it also has an end of attack Digivolve 1 on one of your opponent's Digimon. With its Inheritable, it also gives Piercing when you suspend another Digimon that turn. But the Starter deck 17 variant can only Digivolve from a level 4 Digimon with Gargomon or Rapidmon in its name for 3. On play, and when Digivolving, Digivolve 1 on one of your opponent's Digimon. Then if you have a green Tamer, this Digimon can't be deleted by card effects or returned to the hand or deck until the end of your opponent's turn. This is arguably one of the best cards in this format, as this protects from even option cards that would normally bounce suspended Digimon. For once, protection is present. Now the only thing that counters this deck would be de-Digivolving or attacking over. Honestly, I would change nothing about the level 5 lineup because the Antilamons tend to go better with the Cherubimon top end. For the top end, I cap it at level 6s, utilizing EX4 Blackmegagargomon and Megagargomon Ace. Blackmegagargomon is okay and can Digivolve for 4 from your level 5s unless you want to pay that extra memory. End of your turn. Once per turn, 2 of your green or black Digimon gain Blocker and reboot. Because of Rapidmon, you could be offensive with it and then set up this Digimon to pass the turn for a big blocker that can't be deleted or bounced. Again, with Megagargomon Ace, you have a nice blocker reboot effect and a when Digivolving effect that not only suspends 2 of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers, but 2 of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers can't unsuspend or Digivolve until the end of your opponent's next turn. This locks out other Digimon from blast Digivolving. Finally, it has a when Digivolving end of attack effect that, though it's once per turn, is an optional unsuspend. This card is really strong and honestly gives you a nice skip from level 4 Rapidmon for a cost of 5. For option cards, instead of agility trainings, this deck utilizes the Double Typhoons. Because they search for a green Digimon and Tamer, this gives this card twice the value. The delay is only problematic in that your opponent may have Pomumon out, which stops this from happening, which means no additional targets for Alliance to suspend. Giant Missile though is probably the new staple moving forward, as this is 3 forms of defense. Number 1, suspending one Digimon. Number 2, returning one suspended Digimon to the bottom of their deck. And number 3, one of your opponent's Digimon can't unsuspend until the end of your opponent's turn. Finally, Tamers in the form of Willis, who can hatch eggs in your breeding area and reduce the Digivolution cost by 1 when you Digivolve into a Digimon with Gargomon, or Rapidmon in its name. EX2, Henry Wong as a memory fixer, who also allows you to suspend an opponent's Digimon when you attack with a Gargomon or Rapidmon named Digimon. And one starter deck 17 variant for the Biomerge. You could omit this Tamer completely, but you could also do a lot of damage by playing out Terriermon via Double Typhoon, and then biomerging via cards from the trash. All in all, this deck has a lot of diversity and is one of the only decks that offers protection. The last and final profile has its own set of protection, which I will go over tomorrow. But with 2 starter decks, and a handful of cards from BT8, EX2, and EX4, you can definitely build this deck on a budget. What are your thoughts on megagargomon as a deck to take for the green tournaments? Which elements did you like or dislike, and why? Let me know, because tomorrow is the finale with Insectoid Digimon. This is DIGI-PANDA, logging out.